And in the San Marino sunshine, we are racing in Moto3. Good start from pole by Onju. Not a bad start as well by Guevara from that second row in 5th place. It looks like he's going to pick off Yamanaka on the run down to the first corner, but Onju made the perfect start. He leads here in Misano.
Almost contact further back involving Dennis Foggia, who immediately moved to his right. Sergio Garcia there going through the runoff. He's going to have to drop back in order to lose a couple of places, but Foggia and Mino very nearly made contact on the run to turn 1.
Yeah, I wonder if it was Adrian Fernandez or Jaume Massey that got picked up there with Garcia in that first corner incident. Oh, there's drama further back down the field going into the Rio corner. Looked like at least 2 or 3 riders were involved in that one. Back at the front though, and it's that Sasaki.
Well, Sasaki's down with Carrara.
The up and down season for Ayumu Sasaki just goes on, doesn't it? He's had so many injury problems, so much misfortune, and surely now that's going to be, I think, his 15th of the season. Surely it's game over for the World Championship for Ayumu Sasaki. Boys, he had some bad luck this year. Ayumu Sasaki was running away, wasn't he, with the victory in Qatar when he had that mechanical problem. The fairing came loose and he had to retire. He's been the perpetrator on some occasions. Well, of course, he wiped out Garcia, and there goes Guevara. He wiped out Garcia in Silverstone, but Garcia's teammate getting busier here early on in Misano. Up at Tramonto corner, favourite overtaking place there in the middle of turns 9 and 10. He fires up the inside of Onju. Guevara hits the front for the first time on lap 2.
So as one Aspar rider leads this Grand Prix, Ethan Guevara, Garcia is off the hook in that respect. No further penalties. He didn't gain an advantage going through. Look at Foggia. He's trying to gain an advantage. That is a brave, brave move through turn 12. Moves Moreira aside, and Holgado takes advantage too.
Yeah, and David Munoz there.
Oh,
that was close. That was really, really close. Sergio Garcia was so fortunate there. He's going to lose a whole bunch of places and crucially time as well. Well, that was in the Caro corner, turn 14, first gear corner. He's picked up somebody, didn't he? Clear contact from his front tyre on rear tyre. Garcia has got to keep his composure here because he's dropped back into the clutches of Stefano Nepa.
Yeah, he ran wide there into 15, so clearly lost a bit of composure. Onju just tries to go for a gap that simply wasn't there, Sergio Garcia, and off he goes. Looking at the lap times on that lap, it cost him 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know whether also maybe Onju maybe just slowed a little bit more in the middle of that corner than Garcia was anticipating. He's got to keep his composure here though.
He's
gone down! Can you believe it? Talk about commentator's curse, keep his composure, and he does the exact opposite. Sergio Garcia then at the moment has blown the World Championship lead here in Misano. We've seen Sasaki go down, no fault of his own in turn 4, but Garcia then, having already had a run-off in the first corner and then contact with Onju on the previous lap, into turn 4 he goes, not settled at all on that front end. What a mistake then by Sergio Garcia, and having been taken out in Silverstone by Sasaki, it could be a second DNF in the last 3 Grand Prix. A big, big blow for Garcia's title aspirations.
Foggia, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix last time
Here
around.
he
Look how easily he pulled alongside Guevara.
That was all about the speed of the Leopard Honda. He got the drive coming out of turn number 6, and then with the famed top speed of the Leopard Honda, he just breezed by Ethan Guevara through turn 7, that fast kick. Now Guevara trying to hang on to second place here. Holgado definitely showed him his front wheel going through into Tramonto, so that Lee Quartet all of a sudden group up. But it's Foggia that's hit the front then halfway around this lap number 10. Can he now make a decisive breakaway at the front? He just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Foggia with a 1:41.710. Can Guevara retaliate brilliantly? Here he comes on the inside through those 3 fast rights. Foggia though stands firm. And here goes Massey then, finally. He has got that move done into the Caro corner. It's one of the overtaking hotspots around this Misano circuit. And for the first time in this Grand Prix, having started in 11th place, Massey finds himself in the podium places. Here comes Guevara then, down into Quercia corner, turn number 8, and he hits the front yet again. There was room there. Foggia gave him enough space on the inside. Guevara brilliant on the brakes then into that turn number 8. Foggia trying to throw out some instant retaliation. He does. They go 3 abreast and now into Tramonto. How close you want it in the Moto3 World Championship here in Misano. And out of Tramonto they come, and it looks like Massey will have the advantage briefly because around the outside Foggia cuts his nose off, sweeps back into the lead. Action here. Now Holgado trying to have a piece of it as well. Can he get on the inside of Guevara coming into turn 12? Not quite. Unbelievable close action here in Moto3 in Misano. is.
Here
And now
he goes,
comes
straight
Guevara through into Tremonto. Brilliantly done there. On the last lap, he got the lead into Quercia, turn number 8. A couple of corners later, on lap number 18, and he seizes the lead back. But here comes the top speed and the power of the Leopard Honda. Side by side they go, flat out in 6th gear through Cavoni. How brave was that? Fantastic, phenomenal move by Foggia. He's back at the front.
As you ride on board with Guevara, who's now going to make a move. Is he up the inside of Dennis Foggia? We saw us a couple laps ago. The key places to look out for are in the second half of the lap. The triple right-handers of 11, 12 and 13, and then 15 and 16 at the end of the lap. Those are the corners that are being monitored for track limits.
Foggia again runs that tight line into Tremonto. He's got that inside line. There's no way that Guevara can continue to tip in. That was brilliant there. Ruthless by Foggia. Guevara got picked up, run to the curb on the outside, and I think he might now be losing that second place to Massia. They all sweep to the left-hand side of the circuit to get the good entry into Cavoni. And what a nightmare couple of corners that was then for Guevara. He briefly had the lead into Quercia from Foggia. 2 corners later, Foggia took the lead back, and now Guevara first to 4th in about 4 corners. Here comes Anjou then, on the inside. Whoa, that was really, really close. He's got through on Jaume Massia. His KTM snake left, it's snake right, but he kept it sunny side up, and Anjou up in a second place. Massia fights straight back, and here comes Guevara on the inside. Tremonto, Anjou briefly second, now back in 4th, and this is playing into the hands of Dennis Foggia. Massia lunged up the inside of Guevara into the Caro corner. Surely this is now going to present the victory to Dennis Foggia. They come through the penultimate corner. You can hear the crowd on their feet. They're roaring on the home crowd hero Foggia here. It looks like he's going to come to the final corner and take the victory. It's Moto3 magic in Misano for Dennis Foggia. Brilliant performance by the Italian. He wins here at the Misano World Circuit. Marco Simoncelli, Jaume Massia takes second. Guevara does pink still on the last lap. Lay Harte, Dennis Anjou is 4th again for the 5th time this season. Anjou had to settle the 4th place, but what a ride by him. Holgado and Suzuki ran out the top 6. Moreira or Tola McPhee, Nepa, your top 10. What a win though for Dennis Foggia.
Fabrizio Piccioni, the mayor of Misano, hands over yet another Misano Winners' Trophy to Dennis Foggia as the rocket roars back into World Championship contention.